What are you doing? Hello, Todd. How are you? We still haven't got together. Brother Tim, good evening, sir. How are you? Thanks for checking in. Brother Bill, the blacksmith, thank you, Bill, for that great, once again, the Follow Me to Freemasonry tag. Brother Pettigrew, Brother Scott, hello there, illustrious potentate. Brother Frank, fine secretary down there at Belleville Lodge. I've been a little busy too, Todd, if you can imagine that. We'll get together. Brother Rob, how are you this evening? Dwayne, good to see you on here again. Thanks for checking in. Yes, Darian, it's on today. Let's hope we don't lose our live stream. Eric, all the way from Sleepy Hollow. Watch out for that headless horseman. Brothers, we're going to get started probably about 4 minutes after 7. I'd like to get everybody checked in and ready to go for the live stream. Yeah, Castle, this is the First Lady's project over here. Old Sonic the Masonic Dog. Kevin, good to see you all the way up there from Whitney Lodge, all the way up in the northwest corner. Hope things are going well up in that area of the state. We'll be in your neighborhood on Saturday for a cornerstone rededication at M.L. McClellan 357. Well, hello, Fred Lucaball. And John, thank you for checking in from Franklin. Grant, good to see you. And Chip, good evening to you and all the brothers from Pinville Lodge. Brother Tim Hammond, I was at New Albany Lodge a couple weeks ago for Secretary Don Haynan's 50-year award. Had a great time. Had a wonderful crowd. Evan, good to see you. Carl, Froge, we'll be seeing you Saturday, I hope. Getting ready with my trusty diet Dr. Pepper, so well, sorry I missed you too, Tim. We'll give her just a couple more minutes, brothers, as everybody's checking in. Well, works for Brother Daryl Fox. How are you, Daryl? The dedication stone certainly looks nice. I enjoyed seeing the pictures. I'm still in awe of that. It turned out wonderful. And works for Brother Larry Gray from over there at Hancock Lodge 101. How are you? Brother David Barton, another Bluffton guy. And Michael Knox, good to see you check in. About another minute or so and we'll get started. Oh, another Newcastle guy, Chad, good evening. Josh from Wayne Lodge, number 25 there in Fort Wayne. Pretty much getting the state covered. That's awesome. Yep, Brother Daryl Tyler did do a fabulous job. I'd hate to tell him that, though. I don't want his head to get great big. Neil, how are you down there? The Worshipful Master of Prince Lodge. Good to see you. And Kenny from Dayton 103, Monty Thurman. Oh, they're still checking in. Well, great. Well, brothers, it's a little bit after 8, so we are going to get started. I apologize for last week. With the busyness of the day with the scholarship presentations, I zoomed over to the Grand Lodge office and used the guest wireless internet, and I probably shouldn't have, and the live stream wasn't very good. I'm not sure if it was that or if it was the weather, but we shut off, and I had a little bit more I talked about, but we'll fill that in today. So sorry about the technical difficulties, but that's what happens with technology sometimes. So sorry about that. And we've been starting with number 1, the shirt of the week. I've been trying to wear a different Masonic shirt every week just for the fun of it. And this is an old Masonic shirt of mine from my lodge, Temple Lodge number 47 here in Greencastle, Indiana. So that's the shirt of the week. So we'll see what I pull out of the closet next week. Commodities report. That's something fun we started. Green beans this week fell completely flat. No green beans at all this week. Though in our visit to the Northeast Conference of Grand Masters, we did have one showing of some awesome pulled pork in North Carolina. They call it a pig picking. It was a whole hog, and you got to pick out of there what you wanted, and it was a fabulous meal. But green beans fell completely flat this week. So we've got that going for us. I wanted to do a shout out. I don't think he's checked in yet because in England, I believe it's about midnight or 1 o'clock in the morning, but I received this beautiful set of steward jewels from Worshipful Brother Chris Quigley in England. He's well known around Indiana, has a lot of Masonic brothers and friends that he's visited over the years at Masonic Week, and the Grand Lodge of England puts these out many years ago for as a fundraiser for their Masonic charities, one of which being the Royal Masonic Institute for Boys, the Royal Masonic Institution for Girls, and the Royal Masonic Benevolent Institution. And these are the set from 1966, which happens to be my birth year. So I greatly appreciate that gift, and I'm going to send something across the ocean in kind to Brother Quigley as a thank you. So thank you very much to him, and it's great when we have brothers check in from all across the state and actually all across the United States. We got some brothers on vacation, and I want to do a special shout out to Brother Blake Beals, past master of Hamilton Lodge 533, who's currently living in Germany. So he is in Germany. He's joined a lodge in Germany as a dual member, and he appreciates the calls and appreciates the chat with the Grand Master, so he can kind of keep in tune with all of his brothers here back in Indiana. So Blake, when you watch this, a big shout out to you, and hope all is well. So we hope everything's going good there for you. A couple commercials, brothers. You've seen my ties. And we finally got our extra long ties in. So for those extra tall guys or those extra thick guys like me that need a little bit more tie, you can get you an extra long tie. You can do that on the Follow Me to Freemasonry website and order them, or I carry them around, and some of the Grand Lodge officers carry them around. So if you would like an extra long tie, reach out and we will be glad to get you one. Some upcoming events that are coming up. We have the car show is coming up at the Compass Park Masonic Home Festival, and I'm looking for the flyer in the magazine right now. There it is. So there's the car show flyer. It is in your magazine. A lot of important information in your Indiana Freemason. So the car show, the funds for that again are going to go to the Grand Masters project there at the home. And every Mason that enters a car or a motorcycle is going to get, see if I can get it in there right, one of these pins, which is a photograph of my truck, and over the bed it says "Follow Me" with the square and compass. So everybody that enters the car show will get one of these exclusive pins. I only had 500 made. They're really cool. So come down and join the car show, motorcycles, cars, trucks, whatever you want. And some exciting news and kind of some shocking news. We have our Grand Master's reception, which the theme is Celebrating Indiana Freemasonry, set for September 13th. When we originally planned it, we had shot a goal of maybe hoping to have 250. We saw that wasn't going to be quite enough. I talked with my brother Tom Fallis there at the Scottish Rite. We added an additional 50. We saw that wasn't going to be enough. We added an additional 50 to 300, and we are completely sold out. So I'm kind of shocked by that, but the Grand Master's reception is completely sold out. If anyone is still interested in going, you can shoot me an email in case there's an opening, and I'll put you on the list. I've already got 3 brothers on the list that if there's any openings or cancellations, but pretty shocked by the response, and I'm very excited, and the First Lady's very excited to share that evening with all of our brothers and their ladies from across the state. And I've got some out-of-state guests coming that'll be very exciting and some great entertainment. But the whole purpose is to celebrate this great fraternity that we've been gifted with in the great state of Indiana. So to everyone that is coming or has tried to come, thank you so much for that. On last Monday, the Travels of the Week found me in Bluffton, Indiana, at Bluffton Lodge 145 for a meeting with our ritual instructors, assistant ritual instructors, and our lodge liaisons. Our Grand Lecturer and Assistant Grand Lecturer, Denny Davis and Fred Lukoval, put on a great presentation of the information that they're going to go over in our lodges of instruction, and some special instructions that they were given. Just so everybody knows, is that we have a lot of lodges that struggle for one reason or another: lack of participation, shrinking population. And I've asked each one of the ritual instructors in their districts to find the 5 lodges in their district that need the most help, that are really struggling, and we really want to infuse some good information to these lodges and give them the help they need to be successful by implementing the 357 Lodge Builder program, getting them to be able to open and close, and just doing the things that lodges are doing to be successful. This is in no way a shout out to them that they're failing or doing something bad. It's just that we really want our lodges to be successful, and we think by taking the time to give them some extra care, that hopefully that will be received well, and that they will take that in the manner in which I've instructed them to do it. And let's build our great lodges and improve them. Every lodge could use a little improvement. Some other things they'll be going over, obviously, along with the ritual, is balloting on petitions, the correct procedure for that. And I spoke with our lodge liaisons about the 357 Lodge Builder program, which is in the lodge portal under the Follow Me to Freemasonry tab. Again, lodges can self-assess their lodge to find out where they need some additional work, where they're excelling, and where they need work. So we're looking forward to that program growing. I know a lot of the liaisons have already made presentations. Our Grand Lodge officers have made presentations, and I've made some presentations. So we hope that really, really takes off. On Tuesday, we were at Inglewood Lodge for the same thing, for the more southern ritual instructors and lodge liaisons. So we had training Monday and Tuesday. So great meetings at both of them, a great reception with the brothers to get to meet our new ritual instructors and assistant ritual instructors, and to visit again with the ones that have dedicated themselves to doing that for years. So it was a great time, a lot of great information, a lot of great sharing went on around the table. So look forward to your ritual instructions and attend those at all costs if you can. Especially the officers of the lodge need to be there. And again, let's build our great lodges and make them even stronger than what they already are today. Wednesday I kind of took the day off because the First Lady and I were packing, and we took off Thursday and flew to Raleigh, North Carolina for the Northeast Conference of Grand Masters. That's going to be all your lodges starting from Indiana and going northeast and all the way across about, I think there's 18 lodges, grand lodges in the Northeast Conference, and we do a couple nice dinners, and more importantly, we get together and share ideas about our fraternity, where we're excelling, where we're failing. And I'll tell you, the predominant theme that really came out of is what I've been trying to talk about for the last 2 or 3 years, is that, you know, are numbers all that important? Where are we focusing on? Are we focusing on just bringing in members into this fraternity? That's just a number that helps us pay our bills. Or are we focusing on really and truly trying to bring good men into this fraternity and make them our brothers? There's a real transitional shift this year in the discussion, where before it had been membership, 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 membership. And now I think that message and that turning of the tide, that, you know, we're in the business of building brothers, not in the business of building members. You know, AAA builds members. We build brothers. We build relationships. So I'm excited to be on the planning committee for the large conference, the whole Conference of Grand Masters, and that's going to be our theme, brothership over membership, and making good men our brothers. So a lot of other good information that will be trickled down through the next couple weeks, but it's great to meet all the Grand Lodge officers from all the different districts and see what they're doing, and some of the great things they're doing, and some of the same problems that we all share. So it was a really good time to meet with some new Grand Lodge officers and those that I've got to know over the last couple years. I was in attendance. John Bridegroom, Deputy Grand Master, Senior Grand Warden Steve Bates, Junior Grand Warden Jerry Maple, and our Grand Secretary Rick Ellman all traveled to that. So I hope they all found it a valuable time. And we brought home some good information. So it was great to be there. Let's see. Some upcoming events this week I'll be going to. Thursday is the Compass Park Golf Scramble. So I'll be there all day Thursday, kind of welcoming and visiting with all the vendors and all the patrons of the Golf Scramble, and of course all the brothers that come there. They also get a lot of their vendors and construction crews, construction companies that's been doing work at the home. So that'll be exciting. Had a nice meeting with Mike Spencer, the director of Compass Park and Indiana Masonic Home. We had lunch the other day, a lunch meeting, and talked about some of the upcoming events and some of the exciting things that are going on. And of course, doing some planning for our Indiana Masonic Home Festival. So that was exciting. And one of the things I really wanted to go over today, other than just kind of giving you the news of the craft, was what got lost last week when the live stream went off. Was I joke often about my love for green beans. But when we talk about our Lodge Builder program, the 357 program, really when you look at that and when you look at each stage, we're trying to build not only the lodge administration, but really the lodge experience. So what kind of lodge do you want to be? You know, do you want to be a lodge that's really out in your community doing great projects with your community, or a lodge that's out supporting your police and fire and your veterans? Do you want to be a lodge that really focuses on family events for the members? Do you want to be a ritual lodge or an observant lodge that you know really immerses themselves in our beautiful ritual? You know, there's something out there for everybody. And I do a little short talk that relates that kind of experience to green beans. You know, there's about 427 different varieties of green beans, which sounds crazy, but something I looked up one time when I was bored. So each one's different. And just like every Mason and just like every lodge is a little different, it has its own personality. So we oftentimes have to think about, you know, what is our personality? What kind of lodge are we going to be? And beyond that, I cook a lot. I used to work in a restaurant. I used to own a grocery store at one time, and I've catered weddings, and I've catered parties, and cooked for lodge for years. And having ate green beans really all over the country, oftentimes you go and they're just old green beans dumped out of a can and heated up. Well, that doesn't show any effort. That doesn't show any love. If you chop up a little onion, you chop up a little bacon, you throw some spices in there, some cubed up ham, some smoked sausage, a few red potatoes, that shows that you care and you're trying to develop flavor and you're trying to develop an experience, something more than just throwing your door open and just saying, okay, we're here, we're open, we're going to pay the bills, and then we're just going to go home. So to me, I equate your lodge with, what type of green beans are you serving? Are you giving it the love and care that it needs to grow and to be fruitful and to be enjoyable and to be memorable? Or are you just opening up the can and dumping them out? So that's really something to think about as you go about visiting your lodges, going about administering your lodges and doing your ritual work and your degree work. What kind of experience are we giving to an entered apprentice as he walks in the door? Is it something that's just thrown together and there's no care taken in it, and we're trying to figure out the last minute who's going to sit in what chair, and there's been no pre-planning, no one really told the candidate, how he should dress for the occasion, no one's really done the preliminary instructions to let him know how important of a step this is in his life and that he's now making a lifelong commitment to Freemasonry. What kind of experience are we giving to that brother that joined 3 or 4 years ago and hasn't been to lodge for a while, and he walks in the door and all he hears about is, somebody forgot to mow the yard, and, we need to buy new carpet in the entryway because it looks terrible. Is that the kind of experience that we want to give our brothers? So that's something to think about over the next several weeks. Is a lot of lodges are dark and they'll be going back to work here after August, and something to think about is, what are we doing? What kind of experience are we giving to our brothers? We have such a great fraternity, and our stated meetings are a big part of it. And honestly, we lose a lot of members because of lack of interest over time. At our conference, we saw that a downgrading scale of about 5 to 10 years, we start dropping off members for NPDs, because we've either lost contact with them or they're not getting the experience that they really want. So we need to think about that. And welcome to the First Lady of Indiana Freemasonry. Make sure in your magazine is an article written by my beautiful wife and for the ladies. So please show that to your ladies and let them see what she's going to be doing that every month. So have them take a look at that. But brothers, we do have just an absolutely wonderful fraternity, and we really need to reach out to those members that we have on a regular basis. Something I would like to see us do is reach out every month to members, either by birthday cards or by a newsletter. I'm going to start promoting some of the newsletters that I get copied over to me. I know up there around Leo Lodge, there's a brother that does a wonderful newsletter. Noblesville Lodge does a great newsletter. And those things don't cost much money because most of them now are being done over the internet, being sent via email or on Facebook pages or through other social media. So I just think that, hello, Jerry Maple from Virginia Beach. Hope you're having a great vacation. But I just think those things are important to reach out to our brothers that don't make it to lodge, that maybe have moved out of state, maybe they've changed shifts and they don't get to come to lodge. But there's ways that we can reach out to our brothers and share our fraternity and let them know that we're thinking about them. Brothers, it's been great to be with you this week. Always look forward to next week. I believe this is the 9th installment. So it's pretty amazing how time flies. But one other thing I wanted to reach out to you about, because it wasn't put in the magazine, not to show you my picture, we've all seen my face enough, but on the cover of the magazine, along with my truck Betty, is the young man that's in the Follow Me to Freemasonry film, who plays the interested potential brother, is Daniel Williams. Daniel is a fairly young Mason, just got engaged, as a matter of fact, and he is the son of one of our past masters of my lodge, Temple Lodge 47, and young Daniel, is currently our master. And I wanted to give a shout out to him. He did a phenomenal job in that film, And I've known Daniel since he was about 7 years old, and so it's just very satisfying to see the relationship that he's grown in Freemasonry, and how he's grown as a young man, and grown in the lodge and taking leadership in the lodge. So I just wanted to put that out, that I really appreciate him doing that film, and I wanted to have that picture that I think so much of as the first cover of the magazine. So brothers, I just hope you have a great week. I appreciate you so much checking in. I appreciate everything you do for this wonderful fraternity. Take the time this week to reach out to a brother. Let them know that you care about them. Let them know that we're there for them, and that we have some great things going on. And as always, you know, we've got our cards. They've been going out at festivals like crazy. We've been sending reloads out there. So arm yourselves up with our Follow Me to Freemasonry cards. And just like I say when I close a lodge in ample form, you know, as we throw wide open the doors of the tiled lodge room, go out and arm yourselves with the tenets of brotherly love, relief, and truth. And may your ringing challenge be to every good man that you know, follow me to Freemasonry. Brothers, have a great week. Have a great evening. Thanks for spending time with me. And if I can do anything for you, please feel free to reach out. Take care.